Thanks for tuning in to this NWWJ Waterwell Journal video interview called Catching Up. This is Mike Price, Senior Editor of Waterwell Journal. And today I'm speaking with David Baker, owner of Apex Drilling Services, LLC in Burley, Idaho. And we'll be discussing a workshop Baker will lead at Groundwater Week 2018, which is December 3rd to the 6th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Titled Business Efficiency, Are We Really in It for the Money? Baker's talk is set to focus on activities good for business and profitability. With October's Waterwell Journal previewing Groundwater Week 2018, we thought it would be a good time to catch up with David. Welcome, David. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You bet. So let's begin with what are you hoping attendees take away from your Groundwater Week workshop?
I think the number one thing is a fresh perspective on business. Too many times we get to the point where the business runs us instead of us running the business. And we take on the pressure and the stress. And I think if we could get a different approach, a different mindset in what we're doing and why we're doing it, life just works a lot better, and we start running our businesses instead of letting them run us.
Right. Sounds good. Your company has a robust website, and you're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. In terms of marketing, what have you learned as an owner that can be applied to others in the industry?
Advertising is always a sticky issue. One of the things that we strive, all of us strive, is to have a good public perception. We want the public to view us in the best light possible. And part of this workshop is going to discuss points of that. As far as things we've learned in the website arena, I guess my number one bit of advice is embrace the new. As a general rule, we as well drillers are not always on the cutting edge of technology. And so we run into issues of delving into the unknown. And the thing that we've learned is by embracing that, we've actually seen a fair amount of success. I would definitely say don't give up the old, the yellow page advertising, and if radio spots work for you, then use radio spots. There's all kinds of advertising, and every area is different, every market is different, every company is different. But don't be afraid of the new.
Yeah, great advice. Great advice. When it comes to reviewing what your company does from a day-to-day standpoint, how often would you review what your company does from that standpoint? And are there any lessons you can share with others when doing such a review?
Our reviews take place almost daily. Whenever we see an issue that we feel needs to be corrected, we're working on it. We've been a little bit aggressive that way, which sometimes you have to be careful how aggressive you are. Not everybody likes to change and change a whole bunch all at once. But the things that we've looked at day to day has made a big difference in the business, because we've learned it's the small things that improve our efficiency. It's the small things that we take for granted a lot, and we think they don't matter. It's not a big deal. Yes, it may cost me a little bit of money this time, but long term, it's not really costing my business. And the things we've learned is if we take the time to sit down and analyze what's going on, and it can be in any number of arenas, and this is what the presentation talks about. As we analyze these things and start putting a fair number to it, and then say, okay, how does that equate to today? How does it equate to this week or this month and maybe this year? We find out that there are things in our bottom line that would greatly improve if we would make these changes. I think the number one thing is we don't put a fair number to our inefficiencies, and so therefore we don't understand what it's costing us. And I think having a fresh perspective in that arena really makes for enjoying the fact that we are business owners and we do have an operation that, you know, contributes to the community and contributes to families, and you know, it becomes a really good thing.
Yeah.
As far as lessons I could share with others, I guess the best thing, and part of the presentation goes into this, is how to put numbers to this, how to sit down and analyze what this is costing me. The more those that come and watch the presentation will think about these issues, the more they'll realize that there are a lot of profits that they're losing out on. That at the end of the year, when they've spent years and years making it to the bottom line and they're in the black, but just barely, these little changes make the difference between, you know, having the money to buy new trucks, buy new equipment, upgrade the facilities, take your wife on a vacation, take your kids somewhere fun. You know, there's a lot of things that we start missing out on when our businesses aren't as profitable as they need to be. And that's why we do it. I'm not in this to be a well driller, and that's the only thing I want to do. You know, I've got a wife and kids, and we want to have some fun here and there, and we want to, you know, we want to be able to do those things that, you know, add the color to life.